Good evening, and welcome to another installment of I Was a Teenage Daydreamer, where I discuss mostly music, some literature, some film, and some random things that I enjoy, and hopefully you do as well. Tonight is another new album purchase that came in about a week ago, and I'll just dive right into it. It is the 77s, All Fall Down from 1984. Now, for those of you who don't know who the 77s are, and I didn't until about 6 months ago, because they kept showing up on my Spotify feed, and one day I just said, fine, I'll listen to you. And it wasn't this album, it was a collection, I believe, called Stems of maybe singles and outtakes and live stuff. But it was enough for me to start looking into them a little bit more. And it seems that this is an active band still today, headed up by a guy named Michael Rowe out in California. And in the early days, they were on the Exit label, which was only around for a few years in the 80s. And they are a Christian band that was apparently too Christian for the radio, but too rock and roll for churches. So I thought, that's pretty interesting. Now, typically I do not like Christian rock. I have said many times, God hates Christian rock because it is lousy. It is copycat. It is like eating bacon. If you don't like meat, eat vegetables. Don't eat fake products that look like meat products. I don't want to offend anybody there, but that's what it is. Anyway, I digress. I do make exceptions, though. There are Christian-based bands that I do enjoy. I love The Innocence Mission. I love The Ocean Blue. And I really like Stryper, particularly their more recent albums that are very heavy. Michael Sweet can still sing like there's no tomorrow and shreds guitar solos like nobody's business. Anyway, the 77s, All Fall Down, 1984. This is an 80s album. It's got the 80s feel, but it's not drenched in it. It enhances it, but it doesn't drown it. So great songs on here include Ba 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 Ba. So incredibly catchy. Starts off the album. The one that starts off side 2 is Caught in an Unguarded Moment, which has got to be a nod to the Church's The Unguarded Moment from a few years earlier. I don't really hear the Church in their playing, but I do hear bands like The Police in a few songs, the Go-Betweens here and there, Hall & Oates a little bit, so, changing up genres a bit as they go. I even hear a bit of the Stones, especially in the song You Don't Scare Me, where they kind of break down into a groove similar to Midnight Rambler. I hear a little Jim Morrison and hey here and there. Mike Rowe, who featured right here, this is a great album cover. I love it, and I especially love the Nikes right here. He is a very charismatic singer, a very good guitar player, and an excellent songwriter. Every single one of these songs is catchy and top-notch. And lyrically, again, Christian rock band, but it's not preachy, it's not sappy, it is not throwing Jesus and blood and crosses and sacrifice and sin at you. It is just positive and emotive, and it is introspective, and it's very much like straight edge bands were, especially Positive Force bands like 7 Seconds, without profanity. So that's, and again, in this case, more pop than punk. I have listened to later albums. They apparently, with critics, didn't hit their stride until a few years later, closer to the 90s. Some of those albums are okay, but they start getting that praise feel to them, worship music, sort of like what Coldplay does these days. Of course, this was long before Coldplay, but just very sappy, very much trying to get an emotional response out of you that I think is superficial and corny and in no way genuine. This is the real article. This is positive, upbeat, catchy, singable, danceable, infectious pop music. And I stream it online, and they get you a copy for cheap. I got this on eBay for like $7 plus shipping. Worth every dime. So that's it for tonight. The 77s all fall down. Coming up, I think I'm going to do a ranking or two, but I'm also going possibly record shopping tomorrow, so we'll see. But if you like it, click subscribe, and as always, and most importantly, keep doing what you love. Thanks.